Hello, Queens. Hello, Queens. So happy that you have joined me today. Today, I am going to discuss the first key in developing prosperity consciousness and the Midas touch, where everything that you touch turns to gold. I'm Teresa Grove, your angel connection, and I am so thrilled to begin this process with you. So many of you have come to me this past year and desire to bring abundance into all areas of your life. Now, we're not talking about abundance as in simply money. Abundance comes in many, many forms. Abundance comes in time, in love, in good health, in positive and wonderful experiences, in getting closer to God and your angels. And so I'm so excited that the angels led me to some teachings of becoming financially successful from a spiritual perspective. So, what this does, it actually brings in a spiritual and practical level of understanding. So that way you can connect spiritually with God and your angels and the masters, and then you can take the practical steps, the aligned action that are actually given to you as answers to your prayers to create abundance and wealth in all areas of your life, on the inside, on the outside, in your bank account, in your life, in your family, in your romantic life. So, this is a fabulous opportunity, and I'm so glad that you are here. So let's get started, shall we? So we're going to talk about the first key. Now, there are more than seven keys, but we're going to start with the first seven as each day passes this week. And I think you're really going to enjoy it because I sure did. I enjoyed learning about it, and I've been studying each key. And I've really been diving in deep on how I can master these keys because having the key to the universe, there's nothing better, right? Okay. So, the very first key that we are talking about is getting right with yourself and with God. So, that is the first key. And how do you become right with yourself and with God? And I think this is comes from a perspective of each person, and I think it's different for each one of us. So when I think about getting right with myself, okay, that means to me in bringing out and dealing with and healing and acknowledging those parts of me that are resisting and actually turning away abundance. That's my perspective. So it's a lot of shadow work that we're going to need to do. Why do I do that? What's been placed in my consciousness and in my subconsciousness throughout my life that is blocking my success and my abundance? So for me, it is the thought and the lesson that we've been taught throughout our lives that we have to work hard, we have to struggle, that only people with money or people with money are mean and bad people, right? And so when I dove into that thought and that teaching that was given to me just by society, I realized that the opposite can be true for me. I realized that the more money and abundance and security that I have, the more that I can share with others in need. Okay, so I really want you to go deep within yourself, within your subconscious. And I want you to decide what is it that you have learned, that you have been taught, that you have been told from the beginning of your time on this earth that has changed the way you view money in a negative way. And once you acknowledge that, I want you to write that down. And then I want you to write down how that could not be true. I want you to think about the opposite of that, just as I did. So having money is bad and it makes you greedy, but actually when I have abundance and when I have money, when I have security, I am more generous. I give more. I help more. I help those in need, right? So think about that deeply. Okay, number 2, getting yourself right with God. Okay. So, what does this mean to you? It's going to mean something different for everyone. Now, from my perspective, when I dove into my subconscious beliefs, it kind of related to the first part, saying that, well, if I have money, if I have abundance, if I have success, if I am secure, then God is going to punish me and make me give up something that I really, really love. That was my thought. That was part of my subconscious beliefs. So, the opposite of that, I feel, is more true, which is when God gifts me and blesses me with abundance and with money, He knows my heart, right? He knows, she knows that I am going to do with that money exactly what He intends, which is to share it with others, which is to be free with it, to know that it is a flow of energy, and that to get more, I must give more. And when I give more from my heart, I receive more. The easier it gets, the better it gets. And the better it gets, the easier it gets. And God has taught me that it is actually easier to be abundant, successful, and prosperous than it is to be poverty, lack, and stingy. It's very hard. That is the hard road. And let's not do that anymore. Let's make that change today. Let's make that change. So write down what it is that you need to get right with God right now, today, regarding success, prosperity, money, and security. And then on the other side of that, I want you to write down how can that be more true, or what could be more true that fits better if God intends for you to have money. Because if there's one thing that I have learned in my spiritual journey, it's that God wants us to be comfortable. He wants us to be successful, prosperous, and abundant. Because when we are successful, prosperous and abundant, we are more generous. We are more free to do, to create, to live our purpose, to fulfill our purpose and our journey while we are here on this earth at this time. And if you haven't noticed, babe, things are changing in our world. The old ways of hustle and grinding and working for pennies on the dollar, done. That way no longer serves us. So we are being blessed with a gift, and it's up to each one of us to claim that gift. Are you going to claim your gift today? Trust me, this is the way to do it. This is the way. Don't believe me? Then try it. Try it and follow this every day. Every day I'm going to be posting a new key, and then I'm going to have a video to talk to you and to guide you through the process. And I also want you to join my 5-day challenge, which begins tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we are going to heal those parts of ourselves so we can have abundance and peace in our lives. And we are doing this now at the end of the year to complete another cycle so we can let go and release what doesn't serve us anymore and welcome in all the abundance and prosperity and spirituality that is coming to us in 2023. 2023 is the year of spiritual awakening. which also means it's the year of positive changes. Okay, so I highly recommend that you take this challenge. It's free to you. All right. Okay, so if you have any comments or any questions, leave them in the comment below, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Blessings.